welcome. I told you I'd be back. Look at that. I'm still on that one cocktail. It's a weekday. Or we only do one cocktail during the week, unless something traumatic or stressful happened, then we might do two. So I'm up here in the kitchen. I'm doing this dinner. I've done this one before. I'm making this just for lack of a better term. I'm just going to call this another type of succotash. I don't know. I'm sure it's, I don't know. That's just what I'm going to call it. But this is the one that we do that has the shishito peppers. That if you've never had these before, they're great in cooking like this, or just kind of blistered in a pan, and you eat them as a kind of like a little appetizer, hors d'oeuvre, as you were. Shishito peppers, baby bok choy, and when I went to Wajimai today, I made sure I got the teeniest bok choys that I could find. Some corn, and then we're going to do some blackened redfish. I don't know, they don't call it snapper anymore because, most of the fishes have been fished out. So what used to be $2.99 a pound at Safeway is now, it's not like that anymore. I got some broccoli here that I'm going to do in the oven, and I'm going to make up a little couscous. And I think that's going to be solid. I made up some Cajun or blackened seasoning, whatever you want to call it. The little batch that I made up here, it has a couple of tablespoons of smoked paprika. It has a tablespoon of onion powder, a teaspoon of garlic powder, and actually a whole tablespoon of cayenne. Seemed like a lot, but that's what I did. Tablespoon of cayenne, teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of pepper, and half a teaspoon each of dried thyme, dried basil, and dried oregano. And that's what we're going to dust that on our fish. And I'm going to cook the fish over there because it kind of gets a little bit smoky, and that's where the we've got one of these pop-up draft vent things here, but it doesn't work worth the shit. We thought when we upgraded to this new cooktop it was going to be better than the one we had, but no, go figure. So just hang tight. I'm going to probably get the fish ready. I've got a couple of packages there, and I got to cut out. I want to cut the bones out of there because we don't like to eat bones in our fish because that's gross. Don't like it. And then fish that's left over, we put that in a bowl, little saran wrap, put it in the microwave, and we feed it to our dog. And he's very, very happy. Call it dogfish. He doesn't get as excuse me. He doesn't get as excited as our dog that used to be with us used to get excited when you just say dogfish, and it's like I can get unhinged. But don't forget, you're here. I'm cooking now. A little bit more involved. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. I have been getting a few, questions, comments. That one guy asked about, the velvet falernum that we used in the carrot daiquiri, if that was the alcoholic or the non-alcoholic, and even the alcoholic version is just about 10% alcohol, so there's not really a whole lot in there. It's more of a flavoring agent. So hang tight. I'm gonna get this couscous going. Just in case you remember, it's about a cup of water or stock. I'm gonna be using chicken stock, and I like to like mine a little bit wetter, so it's gonna be a little bit under a cup of couscous. Gonna throw a little salt in there and a little butter. Bring that to a boil. Turn it off, and it's just gonna suck it up. And couscous, it is a pasta. Believe it or not, kind of weird. Probably one of the smallest pastas there are. But there we go. I'm gonna get the couscous going. I'm gonna get that broccoli prepped because I'm cooking that in the oven in this pan right here. So just hang tight, get back to your cocktail, like always, have a beer, get on a bong hit or whatever, go walk around the block, just whatever you do, be cool about it. All right, we'll be back. Okay, so here we go. So I have the shishito peppers, and I cut them into quarters. I think there's 5 or 6 of them in there that I did there. I only just got a couple. I don't need to get a bunch. And I've got the broccoli, just a little olive oil, salt and pepper, and then there is our rockfish there. The couscous doesn't take very long. You pretty much bring it to boil. Bring your stock or water up to boil. throw your couscous in there, give it a good stir, give it a cover, and let it rest for 5 minutes, and then give it a fluff. If you don't fluff it after the 5 minutes, it just kind of gets a little bit too hard. It's kind of hard to fluff after a while. I have the oven set to 400 degrees. I'm going to get the broccoli in the oven, and as always, I live by the timer. And then the shishito peppers, I just went ahead and threw them in the pan. You know, kind of unconventional. And you know what? If we're feeling special, I will try to give it a little flame with a little cognac or brandy here. We'll see how things play out. So I don't know. What the heck? Let's go ahead and get a little spoon for this so I don't waste a bunch. Amazing that the fish that I got didn't have any bones. That very, very rarely happens. Otherwise, I wouldn't have got so much. And this snapper, I think this was $9.99 a pound, and we have just about 2/3 of a pound here. And if you're lazy, or if you don't have a bunch of spices in your spice drawer to make your own blackened seasoning, I mean, you can buy it. I just think if you buy it, the stuff you buy is going to be have a lot more salt in it than if you make it yourself. All right, well, shoot, there we go. I think we are set. And then same with the bok choy. I'm going to cut the bok choy, probably cut it in half, and this gets cut up into small pieces. And I have our corn is ready to go. Dude, we're moving around. This is a really, really quick dinner. Just doesn't take very long at all. So, in real time, 20 minutes, half hour. Maybe I should do a thing, Zippy does meals in 30 minutes. No, thank you. We'll get a little bit of salt on those though. And these are, sometimes they can be a little spicy, but generally they're not too spicy. You just got to cook them up to blister the skins a bit. I'm not sure if that pan's going to be big enough. I might need to pull out the bigger pan. What's that?
Cast iron. Cast iron.
I suppose I could do the cast. Do we have the big cast iron? Okay, I'll pull out the big cast iron and we'll do it in that, because that's kind of standard blackened fish. Blackened fish way. Oh, there we go. All right. So hang tight. I'm still on that first cocktail. It's delicious. All right. Well, just hang on. I know it seems weird. I say hang on, and then it's like I'm like that. It's like that. I'm like Elizabeth Montgomery on Bewitched. Durwood. We'll be back. Okay, so there we've got our bok choy. I cut that up into some little pieces. I'm going to throw the green leafy parts in there closer to the end. The corn, like I said, is ready to go. I did pull out some cognac to flame that when it's done. The collective we, because I like to work in collaboration with people. I am all about the collective we. Got the big cast iron skillet. And I'm just going to heat that up over here very, very slowly. And there we go. Got about 7 minutes. Let's check our broccoli here. Yeah, starting to go. There we go. Boom, there we go. And I will, when I get to doing the throwing that fish in that pan there, I'm going to put a little bit of butter on there, because that's what you do. And couscous, I fluffed it. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay, here we go. I'm going to do that fish. This stuff is really thin, so it's not going to take very long. But I'm going to get our butter in the pan. Sorry if you can't hear, because we are under the exhaust. guess I didn't have the pan quite as hot as I could have, but you know, that's okay. These are thin fillets. I'm gonna say 2 or 3 minutes aside. Let that go for a bit. Yeah. Think. Yep, I think we're gonna be good. Okay, now we're gonna go over here and I'm going to flambe our goulash. Is that what I was calling it? No, not goulash.
Succotash.
Succotash. All right. So let's let this get hot here. How's our broccoli doing? We're solid on the broccoli. It's the moment of truth. There you go. Not too much, but half a tablespoon. Oh, you're not gonna work for me? You know, this was the only thing I was doing. It would have been more spectacular. But you get the picture. Okay, here we go. Here's our broccoli. There's our couscous. Shishito, baby bok choy, a little frozen corn. Frozen corn, it is your friend. So are frozen peas. Oh, come on, Lane. Look at this, I'm gonna make it extra fancy. Yeah, we'll just pretend. Work with me here. Excuse me, Dexter. And if you're wondering, this recipe was inspired by a episode of, there's a show on PBS where it's these female chefs in New Orleans. And this was one where a gal did this. And I think she had some other stuff like a couple of shrimps on there or something else. But this is just the bastardized version. There we go. We have our couscous, very, very easy to make. And yes, couscous is a pasta. Little roasted broccoli, our succotash of shishito peppers, baby bok choy, corn, and then I kind of deglazed it with some of the cognac, and our blackened redfish. And that is our dinner for this evening. Thank you very much. The Congo Blue was a delicious cocktail. We've got a little wine going now, and we want to thank you all very much for joining us for dinner this evening. And we'll be back remote location on Friday, and I'm excited because I got some ring molds. So I got couple of things I'm going to be doing with those ring molds on Friday. All right, well, peace out from the Wicker Bar. Like, subscribe, share this with your friends, you know. I mean, look at me. How smart do I look? Not very smart. I got a mustache. I mean, you know, at least I'm not bald. Anyway, you can do this too. Okay, peace out.